all I will say is just guard your heart. Don't let people come into your life and just use you. I saw this quote on, is it Instagram or Facebook? I can't remember where I saw it, but it was along the lines of basically people should only come into your life if they have the view of wanting to stay in your life, because tools are meant to be used, not hearts. Hi lovelies, so I wanted to do a not really a beauty related video today. I just wanted to come and just do like a uplifting advice type of video because of something I just recently gone through, and I just thought it would be good to share with you guys. Sorry, I've just got swatches on because I've just done a haul, so yeah, I don't have any wipes on me at the moment to wipe off my swatches, so yeah, if you see swatches on my hand, I'm sorry. Okay guys, but yeah, so as you can probably tell by the title of this video down below, the reason I'm doing this is because of, I think it's important just to talk about the problems with toxic relationships. Now, I recently went through what we want to call a toxic relationship. Now, before I discuss that, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but before I discuss that, I just want to make it clear what a toxic relationship actually is. Well, what I think it is anyway. Any relationship where you're investing so much into that relationship and that person is taking from you but not giving back to you. It also entails when you feel worse for being in that relationship, but you feel that you need that person in your life, that you can't leave that relationship, and so you're blinded to your circumstance. In that relationship, it doesn't have to be a person physically abusing you or you know, overtly you know, I don't know, overtly abusing you as in like any kind of like they're saying negative words towards you or anything. It doesn't even have to be that. It can be things that you can, and I'll go through some of those examples, but it can be very slight things that, you know, things that they do, manipulation, just things like that they do that you may be blinded to, and you don't realize that actually this is definitely a toxic relationship. I basically got back in contact with someone who I had no business getting back in contact with. I'll just be completely honest with you. I shouldn't have got back in contact with this person. I should have just left things as they were. You know, when we parted ways 5 years ago, to be honest with you. But I don't know, I guess blindness and loneliness maybe led me to doing so, to thinking that maybe if I reconnected with this person, I'd feel better. I don't know why, because it wasn't like they treated me well, you know, good before, you know. So anyway, I got back in contact with this person recently, and you know, they, from the beginning really, they, you know, there were signs there basically from the beginning. They'd send me text messages telling me how wonderful everything is, how wonderful I am, and all of that, you know, to lift my spirits up and give me hope, you know, that something could happen. And then literally a few days later, I'd get a text message saying, you know, I should leave them alone and they don't want anything to do with me and I'm not right for them, and just basically telling me they don't want me after telling me they did want me. Now that sort of thing, those types of messages, I actually, you know, they do something to you. They mess with your mind completely, and it just it just knocks your self-esteem, to be honest with you. Really bad, actually. It knocks your self-esteem really bad, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, my self-esteem has been knocked quite a bit from this, and this is why I'm doing this video, because I think sometimes it's good to discuss these types of things, because the more you can discuss it and help others, the better you kind of feel about yourself as well. So yeah, so they'd send these kind of text messages to me, and it just knocked my self-esteem. And it got to a point where, and I'm not even gonna lie about this, to be honest, it got to a point where when my phone used to go off, like text messages used to go off, I used to be scared to open them. Like, if they were from this person, I used to be scared of opening these text messages, not because they were abusing me in a text message, but because I was so unsure as to where I stood, that I was scared that they would again just turn around and just flip and change their mind about me, and because that's what they kept doing, you know. So yeah, so that was the first thing that happened in this relationship. Well, this was something that was ongoing in this relationship. I don't even want to call it that, but whatever it was. Yeah, so yeah, that was one of the things. They used to promise me they would do, you know, the smallest of things, but to me meant like quite a lot. So things like, oh, I'll help you fix your car, I'll help you fix, you know, things in your house, I will, you know, I will do this for you, I will help you build this and fix this and do this and do that. You know, they promised a lot and they delivered nothing. You know, and that is what I got. I got a whole bunch of promises, and it left me feeling a bit embarrassed, because, for example, when they said they'll help me fix my car, I obviously, like, so I told my mum, my parents, that, you know, someone's gonna help me fix my car, and they were like, oh, okay, that's really good. And then I just kept getting questions from my parents, like, oh, when are they coming to fix your car? When are they coming to fix your car? And I'd always have to make an excuse, because I didn't know. Like, they would tell me they would fix it, then the next minute they'll send me a text message telling me to leave them alone, then the next minute they'll send me a text message saying that they're sorry, and I was just confused, you know. And even though it sounds so, like, you know, not important, basically, these are the types of things that these toxic relationships do. You know, just even the smallest of things that they promise you that they will do and they don't deliver on, that again is another sign that you're in a toxic relationship. And I'm not saying, oh, taking the bin out and then forgetting to do so, but, you know, just things that appear small but are quite a big deal, you know. So, like, for example, my car, not helping me fix my car, that's quite a big deal, because they promised me over and over again that they were going to help me fix this car. And they told me, don't go to a mechanic, because I'm just going to come and I'm going to get all the stuff for the car and we're going to fix it and all of this. And they kept telling me this, and I didn't go to my mechanic, you know, and I didn't do that. And my car to this day hasn't been fixed by them. So yeah, and by the way, this all happened in the space of 4 months. I'm not even gonna lie, 4 months. This is everything that happened. This person, they didn't really care about me. Now, I don't know. Now I'm looking back, I can say that now. At the time, I'd say, oh no, they do care about me. Of course they care about me. They tell me in text messages they care about me, but they didn't care about me at all. And the reason I know that now is because, one, I told them my brother had gone in for an operation, and the only time they asked about my brother was that same day that I told them about it. Never even asked me, never even, you know, tried to find out how he was doing or anything like that. Like, nothing, no interest at all. It was, you know, just all about themselves, no interest at all. And also the next reason I know that they didn't care about me is because the day they actually officially like really kind of just cut me out there like completely was I basically injured myself, like just a slight injury, and I told them this and they didn't care. They didn't even bother asking me how it was. And I told them twice. I said I've hurt my back doing something for them. Basically they didn't care at all. Like they just did not care. And that kind of woke me up to the situation. It was like, oh, Vicky, just wake up. This person does not care about you. Like, you've hurt yourself. They did not even respond to you hurting yourself. They don't care about you, you know? So yeah, so that was a big wake-up call. The next sign in this toxic relationship was that this person had a tendency of talking about themselves most often, like actually all the time. Everything was about themselves. Everything was about what they were going through, their problems, their issues. Like, I didn't have issues apparently, you know, like, because they didn't care, they didn't bother to ask. Everything actually was about them. Like, now I'm thinking back, I'm actually trying to think of an instance where they actually asked me how, well, they did ask me how I was, but you know when someone asks you, how are you doing? But they don't really care about your response because they just want that as an intro to their kind of discussion about themselves. That was how it was really. And I don't really remember us discussing myself. I think the only time we discussed myself was when we just had this random conversation about what our plans were for the future, like career plans. And that was it. That was the only time. But every single time, it was their problem, their issues, what they're going through, how tough their life is, how bad everything is for them. They've lost this, they've done this, they've done that. And it was just them. And guys, it is so tiring when you just hear and listen to people just about themselves. It is so tiring. Like, now I just realize how tiring it is. But when you're actually in that situation, you think to yourself, by you listening to them, you're being a good friend. You're being the ear that they need to hear. Yes, it's good to listen to people. Yes, it's good to have that, for them to have that ear and that shoulder to cry on. But when you're in that situation, or if you're in that current situation now, think about how many times they have had the ear open for you to talk. How many times have you been able to lean on them? And how many times have you been able to use their shoulder as that rest to cry on? Think about that, because that's what I had to think about. You know, towards the end, I was thinking to myself, hold on a minute. I'm here talking about all this. I'm here listening to all of this. I'm here receiving all of this, like taking it all in, carrying somebody else's burden, their own issues on my shoulder. And I'm going through my own stuff and I've got no one to talk to. That's the sign of a toxic relationship, where you're listening, you're taking in other people's burdens, and you know you've got your own, but you actually think to yourself, who can I talk to here? Who can I share my problems with? And you're supposed to be in a relationship, or you're supposed to have someone to talk to. If you have no one to talk to, if you've got no one to share, or you think you've got no one to share your problems with, and you are with someone, there's a problem. That is a toxic relationship. They are just take. Never there for you. Another sign of a toxic relationship, from my experience, was that this person would make arrangements to meet me and, you know, whatever, and they would always cancel, and they wouldn't just cancel for, you know, I don't know, the day before, or 2 days before, or a week before. They would cancel maybe on the day. And they would call me or text me and kind of make up an excuse. I've had so many excuses that I just knew. Like, so when they would arranged to meet me, I already knew in my head. I already knew. I'd say, oh, okay, yes. But as soon as I said yes, I already knew to myself, and I was thinking to myself, wow, he's just arranged to meet me, and my initial thought from that was, I wonder what excuse he's going to use this time around. I didn't get excited to meet them because they always cancelled on me. So why would I get excited when somebody is always cancelling on me? My initial thought was, yeah, what excuse are they going to use this time around? That was it. So that was really, really bad. And I just thought to myself, this shouldn't be how things are. Like, this should not be how this shouldn't be how I should live. Like, somebody should be able to say to me, I want to meet, and you should be able to go, okay, yes, we're going to meet. I'm meeting up with this person, and not have them cancel on you at all. Of course. I'm a Christian, okay, so this is going to come from my own beliefs, but I guess if you're not a Christian, or if you've got another faith, you can still apply it. Even if you don't have a faith as such, you can still apply it to your own circumstance. But for me, another sign of a toxic relationship is when somebody appears to be drawing you or drawing me, which is what was happening, further away from God, to be quite honest with you. Now, why I say that is, I didn't stop believing in God, and to be honest, this person was supposed to be a Christian as well, and I didn't stop believing in God. However, I did feel that for example, I'm quite active in my church, and I started to feel very blasé. Like, I didn't really care about doing things in church that much. I'd start, I don't know, making excuses to not do things in church just because this person said they wanted me to do something with them, and they would encourage me not to do things in church and spend more time with them, or I don't know, I just felt like I just wasn't engaged in church anymore, and things of God, like, I just didn't feel like I was doing that anymore. And if you don't want to put that in terms of church or God, it could be that they start drawing you away from your friends, your friendship groups. It could be, things that you do, like your hobbies or anything, things that you do that are quite important to you. Now that you're in that relationship, are they drawing you away from that? Are you starting to come away from that? Not because you want to, but more because your life is consumed by this person, and they want all of you, like all your attention, sort of. Personally, I thank God and for them treating me like this, because number one, I won't go back to that situation. I won't allow myself to go back to that situation. I've deleted all contact. I don't have any number, nothing to do with them, so I can't even contact them. I don't want to contact them. I'm not going to get in contact with that person again. So I thank God, because it's shown me what I don't want and what to look out for now. So anybody that I see these signs in, like anybody that shows me these signs, it'll be bye, yeah. It'll just be, you need to leave my life now. You need to exit from the door that you came in right now, that sort of thing, because I've learned, and it was only 4 months of my life, but I met this person like 5 years ago, and then we lost contact, and then we got back in contact again, and it was 4 months, but 4 months was too long for them to be in my life, because to be honest, when you let toxic people in, no matter how short their stay or long their stay is, the damage can be very, very impactful. Like, it was 4 months, but they did a lot of damage, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to having to rebuild my self-esteem back up. rebuilding, you know, just so much in terms of mentally, you know, because just so much you just have to rebuild, change my mindset, everything again. And it'll take some time, but I just thank God for rescuing me from that situation, because for it to be so confusing as to the way they just, you know, dropped me like that, in my mind it must be only God. And when I told my mom about it, she said that she's been praying about it as well, and you know, and so have probably a couple of my friends as well, because everybody else had seen things that I hadn't seen. And again, that's another sign of a toxic relationship, in most cases anyway, where everybody else is kind of on the same page about this person, and it's only you that sees the good in them, that the reformed character in them, but everybody else can see their true nature. And then because they're not close to them, and everybody else around me saw the true nature of this person, but I quite clearly didn't. So yeah, so I'm so grateful for just, and again, I'm a Christian, so I'm so grateful for my family praying for me, and my friends just there, you know, because I can't explain it. Like, for them to just leave my life so quickly, in my mind, it's only God, like, that rescued me from that situation, because I don't know where my life would have been going if I continue to go down that cycle. Mentally, I would have probably been a lot more messed up, you know. But yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did cry about it. I can't lie about it. I'm still quite upset. And I'm not upset about them in terms of me losing them, because I don't even want to be with them, to be honest with you. But I'm more upset about the way they used me and my kindness, you know, and my heart, because it just means that, I don't know, like, being kind to people and helping people out, you know, whatever, you know. So I don't know, it's still a raw topic for me, but yeah, it just shows me that you definitely have to guard your heart. You know, guarding your heart is extremely important. And that's one thing I already knew this before, but I quite clearly, you know things and you just don't put it into practice. But that is something I am putting into practice from today. You know, my heart is precious and I need to guard it at all costs. Now, it doesn't mean I need to, or you need to become like a stone where your heart is just so hard that you won't let anybody in, but it does mean that you need to value yourself and your heart so much that the people you let in because you see their worth in your life, if that makes sense. Like, anybody that you question from the beginning, I'm sorry, there's something not right there, and you need to keep them at a distance until they prove themselves. And that's, you know, that's what I'm learning. And you know, whoever I end up with, whoever it is, whenever that is, if that is the case, if I do, yeah, you know, I'm not going to be hard-hearted towards them, but they will need to show me. Okay guys, well, hopefully that was something that was interesting to you. And yeah, if you like this type of video, then give me a thumbs up, because I actually like recording these types of videos where I just literally just talk to you about life. Yeah, so anyway, if you want me to do more of these videos, give me a thumbs up, and also let's continue discussing down below what your views are and your own personal experiences as well. And any other topics you want me to discuss with you guys, I would be willing to discuss them if I have much knowledge about them. But yeah, I think I can discuss a few topics here and there. But yeah, I'd love to hear your comments down below. Friendly comments, of course. But yeah guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Okay, bye, ciao.